Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the MS7 Morning Show. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the MS7 Morning Show. Good morning, Paper Plate.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Blammo.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Sim.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. I hope everybody's having a day so far. Good morning, Miss Billy. Good morning, Evelyn. We'll give a few minutes for some more people to make it in. Um, and we hope that everyone has slept well and that everyone is, having a good day so far. Or, we're glad that you're here, this morning.
Yep. We're gonna do a little switch up on you all today, though.
Yes. And this morning is going to be our mental health show. And so our show as well, we're going to talk about, one second, I got to pull it back up. I clicked off of it that quick. Or Paper, you can tell them what we're going to talk about because I clicked off that quick.
Yeah. So just going on the mental health side of things, we're going to talk about checking in with your loved ones or friends, family with that have mental health issues. There's we found a list of 10 questions that you could ask and ways that you can check in with someone that has mental health issues that you know, or that like I said, one of your loved ones. So we're going to go over that and do a little Q&A maybe on that and get some thoughts and questions, answers, and see how things go from there.
Yes. Good morning, Miss Beloved. Miss Beloved, I'm sorry. Good morning, Miss Octavia. How are you this morning? And
Good morning, Octavia.
yeah, so with that being said, yeah, like you said, we have a few questions. We're checking in on some mental health, like how are you? Sometime you may want to ask someone, how are you feeling today? Because we know every day is not a happy day, and I know I always post happy Monday, happy Tuesday, happy Wednesday, but a lot of days people aren't just feeling so happy. So you could just tell them, hello, how are you? Um, how are you feeling today? Really, how are you feeling mentally, physically, emotionally? That's one thing you may want to ask someone.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because how you're feeling. I think habit-wise, a lot of people get in the habit of hey, out just the question of when you're seeing somebody, a lot of us get in the habit of, hey, how's it going, or hi, how are you, and how many people will actually answer you with how they're really doing,
Yeah.
and I think that's habit, and a lot of I'm guilty of it, and I suffer from mental health issues, and myself, I'm guilty of it, so I think that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Not only asking, but waiting for the answer and finding out an answer. And I know a lot of us are in a rush. We got our daily routines, but maybe that conversation, that extra 5 minutes of that conversation of finding out how someone's really doing, might change more than you would ever know.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. I know I had posted and Piecesof8 earlier that ties in with this. It says if you know someone's sad or down, it says so I won't tell you to have a good day. Instead I will advise you to simply have a day, to stay alive, to feel yourself well, to wear your comfortable, wear comfortable clothes, just to be yourself and just to have a day, to know that you're just here.
Right.
And it'll get better within time, because everybody doesn't have, sometimes their day, when you ask somebody how are you doing, sometimes people will say hello, how are you doing, or hey and stuff, and then they don't listen to how you're doing. It's just a usual formality.
Yeah.
Used to saying hey, how are you, you know so sometimes you need to take time and listen and find out how are they, because sometimes people may not feel, well, do you really care how am I today? Well, today is not my best day, or today is not, I'm just here, I'm just making it.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, and that's kind of where I was going, is that just, whether it be 1 minute conversation or a 15-minute conversation, that may just save that person from a day or a year of torment in their own mind, or worse, just actually listening, taking that 5 minute, 10 minute, whatever, and really listening and really wondering, how are they? How are they? How are you today? So that's it's important. And like I said, I know I'm guilty of doing that. I'm guilty of, just, hey, how's it going? Or hey, how are you? And right, keep on walking. Everybody does it. We all do it. So maybe sometimes just take that one person and listen. Actually, stop and take a minute.
Yes. Also, like Roger says, that's when you say, don't blow me off, I really want to know how you are doing. And sometimes people say okay, but are they really okay?
Right.
Sometimes you can
How is your
see it.
mental health? Huh?
Sometimes you
Pardon
can
me?
see it on their face. You can see
Yes.
the
Yeah.
way they look. Body language is one big thing. Always look out for the body languages. You can see whether they're sad, or upset, angry. All those emotions come
You can
through
say
when
they're
you
fine
talk to
whatever.
people.
It's their body language that tells you if they're fine.
Yeah.
Yes. And, okay. Good morning, Tadao. Good morning, Rochester. Good morning, Miss Octavia. Good morning, TJ Smith. Um, good morning, Uno Nice. Good morning, Miss Billy. Is anybody else I may have missed? Good morning, 101. Absolutely, body language. Also,
Yeah.
there's been plenty of times where you feel like you're losing it in someone's kindness. Yes. Yeah,
Yep.
just kindness. That's why I try
Hmm.
my best to speak to everybody, because just saying hi, hello, how are you doing? And then somebody tells you, well, I'm doing fine. How are you? Take time to respond back, whether it's in the chat or something like that. Sometimes they need that little interaction, because a lot of times, like I said, when we're up here on the panel, we don't mean to, a lot of times, to overlook your questions or overlook what you
Yep.
said. That's why we ask. Well, I haven't been asking it lately, but I'll get better at asking. If we don't see it during the show, could you repost it in the comments? We'll if we don't know the answer, we'll get to someone who does know the answer, and we'll try our best to answer you. Because each person in the chat that comes to the show, you're all valued. Valuable. I know. What I'm trying to say. We're valuable, and
Yeah.
coming to our shows and everything. And we definitely want to be able to answer you. We definitely want to be able to check in with you, and definitely you're just as important. Just because you're in the chat and you're not up here don't make you any less important. You're just as important as every one of us up here on the panel. Miss Billy says body language is excellent suggestion.
Yep.
If you're wearing a mask, yes, it's hard to read your face. So you just have to pick up on speech a lot of times. You're right. If that person doesn't seem as cheerful, or or you haven't, even if you haven't been seeing that person, sometimes I'll notice somebody, even like in our Telegram or something, that's in there all the time. You haven't seen them in a while. Sometimes, you may want to inbox them and say, "Hey, is everything okay?
Yeah.
I haven't seen you around. Just checking." So that's another reason why we do have our group, the Pieces of 8, so that you're welcome to go in there and check, or you could even inbox us, any of the admins 101, whoever you feel like talking to, and say, "Hey, this is how I'm feeling. This is what I'm going through." And we'll try to talk to you, and if we don't know the answers, like I said, we can find somebody who does. Anything you'd like to say, or anyone else on the panel?
Yeah, no, I was trying to find the link for the Telegram group.
I thought there was the link. I just clicked on it. I think I have it too.
And I can't get my document thing to open up. I'm having technical issues.
Find it.
Let me have a look. Pieces of 8.
Okay, while we're looking, let me see if anybody else had it.
You got it?
Yeah, I posted in the side chat there.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Sometimes it takes you. Sometimes it takes you going deep and getting the answer you're looking for because you care enough. So yeah, to check or even recheck.
Thanks, Blammo.
Thank you, Blammo. And I'll click on it in a second. People say at the particular moment, this was generally polite and cordial. Yes, majority of them hear the response, but they don't listen. It's facts. But it can harm. Indeed, you're right. Sometimes people say, "How you doing?" and they don't even listen for the question. I mean, the answer to see how you're.
For the answer. Yeah.
Or,
right.
Or different questions like that they ask you, and it's like the usual answer and stuff. So a lot of times you could tell that they're,
break the routine.
Pardon me?
I said break the routine.
Yes, break the routine.
I mean, and as I said, I think it's such a habit that we all get into, and a routine that we get into of, I'm going to walk from point A to point B, and or even on, in the tech community, we get on Telegram or whatever, or YouTube, and we go around to the groups and good morning, how are you? Good morning, good morning, good morning. But how many of us are actually really willing to sit there and listen to someone's conversation about how they're doing?
Yeah.
Or how many of us really want to take the time to explain how we're really doing, in fear of taking up someone else's time.
Yeah. And also in fear of letting your guard down too.
Right.
I find many people are afraid to talk because of that reason. They're afraid that, if I say something that's something to do with me, people may look at me in a different view or look at me in a different light, and they shouldn't feel that way. You know, everyone has a right to feel safe and be able to open up and be able to talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah. And I think that's one of the. I think that at that point it starts playing into the stigma of mental health. And people that suffer from mental health, um, having that fear of letting their guard down because, oh man, you're okay, just suck it up, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever,
Just
you
pray
know.
on it.
Yep. And then that becomes a whole new, all new demon, and so yeah, I think that's a big issue too, and then it could, you know, just knowing kind of what to say or how to handle it, and really just listening, just having someone to listen. I know that helps me a lot. Just having that person to listen, and maybe not asking any questions or giving any opinions or anything, just
listening.
listening.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
I find that when people just talk, they just sometimes they don't want any opinions. They don't want anyone to say anything. They just want someone to listen to them. And after they have said whatever they have to say, you ask them, and they'll tell you they actually feel way better than how they were feeling before.
Mhm.
So, you know, sometimes not saying anything actually helps the other person just to be able
Yeah.
to talk what they need to say.
Yeah,
yeah,
sometimes people just need you to listen. They don't need you to say anything. They just need a good ear. They just need to be able to vent, and it makes them feel better. And like we say, it's nothing wrong with talking to somebody, getting your feelings out, even if you have to break down. And I'm gonna say, even if you have to break down and cry, it's like your soul going to the laundromat and just washing out your feelings and taking them endorphins in your body and just a release. Because sometimes, and health wise, it's not good for you to hold that in anyway. A lot
Yeah,
of times
yeah.
it can lead to a whole lot of other health problems
yeah.
that
Yeah.
you're having because you've been holding in so much.
Yes, definitely. And I'm one of those candidates of that. And many of us, I think, probably. Well, actually, I think I know all of us on the panel are guilty um, of that. Um,
Mm,
and I know me, I held everything in for 40 years before I spoke of it. Um, so, and yeah, it does cause a lot of other issues when you start holding things in,
mm,
health wise, because you don't eat the same, you don't think the same, you don't sleep the same, you don't, it
Yeah.
totally changes everything. Good morning, Tara. Good morning, Red
Wait,
Lantern.
what you said?
Okay.
I need someone to listen. In fact, I think everyone should listen to me. blah blah blah.
Uh,
Yeah, and like you said, it's the most popular cliche, which is true. If you need something, just give me a call.
yeah, nah.
Right,
yeah,
whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
if I tell you to just give me a call, I mean, really do call me and stuff. I may not have the right answer or anything for you. If I can't do anything but listen and pray with you, then because I may not have the answers. I don't know. If you just need to vent and just get it out.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like I said, it's okay to just be able to vent and just get out your feelings because your feelings are validated as well. Here over the years, I held things inside because I felt that I needed to figure things out on my own.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hmm.
That
yeah,
would make
exactly.
sense to
Yep.
me. You know.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's that. A lot of that, and I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I know, and to add on to that, Pin, with being a guy, I
Mm,
know that we well, most of the guys that I've ever talked to that have had or do have mental health issues, it's we don't want to put ourselves in that position where,
Yeah.
oh well, they're just a sissy, or or even yourself, you feel weak, like you're losing your manhood, or you're less of a man because you're sad.
Yeah, it's the idea of men don't cry. If they cry,
Right,
then they're not strong.
right,
I think it's really wrong. I think everybody should be able to cry, no matter what they feel and how they feel about things. The
definitely.
idea of saying, "Oh, because you're a man, you shouldn't cry," and it doesn't look cry because you're a man, you cry. I think it's very, very wrong.
Hmm.
That's just my thoughts anyway. So,
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I mean, it doesn't matter what gender you are. I mean, if you're upset and you need to cry to vent to get it out, like I said, it's great endorphins. It's like washing away all the anger or the whatever you've been feeling that's been pent up. Um, So you really need to be able to do that. And no, that doesn't make you any less of a man. As a matter of fact, to me, it makes you stronger of a man because you
hmm
sat there and you was able to express your feelings instead of having this macho feeling like there's nothing wrong with me. Having that macho feeling and holding it in leads to heart attacks, leads to strokes, leads to high blood pressure and all them other things, side effects because you held it in,
You
because
know,
you didn't get it out, because you didn't get that release out. And it keeps you unhappy. Good morning, Josh. Good morning,
and
Jake.
Plastic Fork told me the same exact words, Sharon. I mean, you know, she and I still am bad about it, but when it comes to crying,
mm
but you know, she for the whole. I think the first time she actually saw me cry was about 10 years into our marriage. You
Mhm.
know, and it was at a funeral, but you know, I was always I was raised that way. If I cried, I got physically abused, or
mm
so to me it was those triggers kind of kicked in, and if I cried, I would get mad, you know,
mm
um,
Mhm.
and so I eventually trained myself to not cry, you know, um, and but yeah, she told me those exact words. It doesn't make you any less of a man; it makes you more of a
Yeah.
man. And
Really does.
On another thing about crying, even for doesn't matter what gender you are, whether you're male, female, it's very important when you're in that moment of real sadness. You're not by yourself. You always have someone to support there with you. You're never alone. Never be alone when you're in that sort of state, because that's when it can be very dangerous if you're by yourself. It's always better to have people around you, so people
Yes.
know that you'll be okay. You know.
Yes. You're absolutely right. And I know right now we're talking about adults, but I had a child in my house before that was suffering through a lot of depression, and we had her doing everything. We made her be involved in things we did because a lot
Mm,
of times, like
mm,
with children, they'll withdraw. They'll be very shy. They don't want to participate much. They won't eat much, but you have to encourage them. You have to make it all about them, basically, to help bring out to get them to open up to talk. And with children, sometimes you have to play games with them, like little
mm,
games just to bring them out to talk and stuff. Well, how was your day? Well, how is this going and everything? Because children a lot of times suffer from a lot of um, things too, mental illness or different things due to stuff that may have happened in their family and stuff. Like in the case of the child that was that we temporarily had, she had been well anyway, she had to come stay with us because basically she was going to be given to the state
yeah, yeah.
and stuff. She was basically abandoned at the time, and And she was young. She didn't understand what was going on. And I was like, we'll be glad to take her in and everything. And we did. And, but she was very withdrawn when she first came with us, very withdrawn. Didn't really want to participate in anything, didn't hardly want to eat, and stuff. And we had to do little things and to slowly bring her out of that, because a child would do the same thing. They'll withdraw. They won't say much. Every time you ask them, "Are you okay?" They'll be like, "Yes," So, even with children, you have to do the same thing too. A lot of things times.
Well, that didn't work.
Oh, you got close early. And good afternoon, Matrix. How are you this afternoon?
Hi, Matrix. What didn't work, paper?
That my
Weddings, funerals, graduations don't count.
there.
A good cry of tears of joy is healthy. Let it out. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. So yeah, and then sometimes, I guess sometimes it doesn't hit you. People grieve another way. I've seen people say this so many times, and to me, it doesn't make sense. They'll be like, "Did they really care about that person? Like if somebody passed or something happened to that person, and the other person was close to them didn't cry right away or something." Sometimes it takes a minute to hit you.
Yep.
Sometimes you can't grieve when everybody else is grieving, and it may look like you don't care. You never cry. You never look sad, and you're acting just as happy. And stuff. A lot of times you're in denial for a while.
Yeah.
And then you finally get by yourself, it hits you.
It hits you hard, very, very hard.
Yeah. And I know TJ had made the comment that he's loves. I've seen it somewhere up through there about the live videos where the community can get together. And I think that that was kind of the reasoning behind the whole Piecesof8 was to get. I know mental illness is mental illness is everywhere, and the people on YouTube, the YouTubers, the developers, we're all just people too and have issues. So that was the idea behind it, was to get a group of in the community of where we all are together to talk about it, and so definitely these kind of chats are much needed, I think, for all of us.
It's also helpful. It's also
yes, and healthy.
Yep, agree.
Yeah, sometimes it does. Sometimes it takes, like as I take this, it took her 10 years to cry over her mom's death. Sometimes it's just, you just want to hold on to the good memories. Sometimes it's just hard. You're dumbfounded. You just can't believe it. And you're just overwhelmed. And you do a lot of stuff to take up that time and stuff. And it really just takes a while. Sometimes, like you said, it could take months. It could take weeks. Sometimes it takes years to get you.
It's been 4 years since my stepdad passed, and just recently it's hitting me harder,
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, Matrix, agree, brother. And even just a simple, it may not even be a word, body language, just a hug, a handshake, can, just simple things like that can change a person's day. A smile, can change a person's day.
Love you, TJ.
Yeah, thank you so much, TJ. Love you too.
Yeah, much love, brother. TJ,
Yeah, I agree with Matrix 100%. I mean, I'm reading this right here that paper posted. It says fine. Stands for useless, broken, betrayed, confused. It says, how are you? And that person says fine. And I would love to have that on the shirt. Also stands for never good enough. Let me see. Rejected, lonely, defeated, pathetic, annoying, and yes. So, are you really fine? Fine can stand for all them different things.
Very discouraging words.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I loved that when I saw that, Sharon. Um, I had to share it along because
Oh, sorry, just a second. Sorry.
That's okay.
When I saw that, and I posted it originally in the Piecesof8, and actually I'm gonna, or if you want to, Sharon, if you want to forward that back over there. Yeah, it is a, I think that falls back into that routine thing. I'm good. I'm fine. Yeah. How are you? I'm fine. How are you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Routine, habit, and not wanting to interrupt, not wanting to change someone else's day, or not wanting to ruin someone else's day, not wanting to disrupt anything, even yourself. I don't want to talk about it. It makes me, whatever, and I'm worried that if I say something else, I'm gonna have to talk about it. They'll want to know. I'll have to explain again.
Yeah.
And they don't really care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can pretty much sometimes pick out if somebody really cares or somebody just it's just formality. They just asking just to be asking.
For formality reasons. That's what it is.
Yes. Yes. Let me see. Also, let me put what he said earlier that he don't dislike people.
Yeah.
I don't hate people. I dislike people, of course, but I don't hate anyone
Yeah.
or wish anyone any harm or bad experience. I'm not ruthless. LOL. I don't like it. Just keep my distance. Yeah, and some people you just have to keep your distance. Some
Yep.
people it's not meant to be in your life all the time. They're meant to be in your life just for a season. And sometimes it's time to let that to know when that season is up.
Yep.
To just
Yeah.
let it go and go on and let go and
They may have been there for a lesson.
Yes, that's right. Yep. A lot of people come in our lives and you don't understand why they come. And they leave very fast. And then you also wonder why they leave so quick. So it's all, like paper says, it's all lessons. You may be friends with somebody for 20 years and the next day you're not talking to each other anymore. But in that 20 years, you have learned something that you could not learn. They did not leave. So.
Yeah, you can learn just as much from an enemy as you can from a friend.
Yeah. Because you can't always avoid people you don't like. You may want to keep your job or make sure they don't spit in your coke or damage your property. And then sometimes you can't keep your distance from family. I mean, you can, but you can't.
Yep.
Sometimes you just have to deal with that's the person they are, and you just know better on certain things.
Well,
because it's family, we become more
Especially
like,
if it's a close family sometimes.
Yeah, I think that myself, the concept, the idea of family being blood, I don't agree with. I think family is totally who you allow to be family.
That's so true. Yeah.
And so blood or not, family is a huge importance, and family is the ones that you go to, and there's ones that you avoid, but I don't I don't consider the ones that I avoid family, blood or not, and so yeah, they may share the same blood if they're in my family tree, but I don't. If I don't talked to them for years and years or ever, and I've
Yeah.
never met them, or how can I consider someone I've never met family?
Right.
You
Not
know,
only that, there's also no connection. What
right,
is the point in trying to connect to someone that you haven't spoken for what, 20 odd years, and all of a sudden, something's wrong with them now, you want to keep in touch? I don't see the point. That's just me personally saying. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I love family, but like you said, paper, family is very individualistic. Sometimes families work, sometimes they don't, and it
right.
depends on the family too, right? So,
Yeah. TJ says, never hate anyone, always love someone, even if you don't understand the reasons behind it. And I always say that I don't hate anyone. I
hmm
don't hate anyone. Also, I may strongly dislike your ways, but there's no one that I actually hate. I've never hated anyone. I may dislike your ways and try to keep my distance, but there's no one that I hate.
it's it's again, it's behavior as well. You don't hate the person, you don't like the behavior that they have, and the things that
Right.
they do to make you upset. It's not the person, it's the behavior that makes people upset.
Mhm.
So, you know, if you if it is the behavior that's bothering you, then just move away, walk
Yep.
away, and don't look back. Again, as I'm stating, it's the behavior, it's not the person. So it's completely two different things, if you can understand what I'm trying to say here.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. And then, and then I said, just be cordial, keep it moving, and talk as little as possible, and pray. LOL. The worst case scenario, put your light bill in one pocket and pay the stuff in the other. Yeah, yeah, and then that's some people some people that you have to deal with, like certain family members or people that you can't, that you're going to keep running into. The best thing for you to say is hi and bye or bye and keep it moving.
Yeah.
I wouldn't just not completely speak to that person at all. And there's been people that I strongly dislike their ways, and they may strongly
Mm-hmm.
dislike me, but I've always spoke to them anyway. I've just always been that way. We
Good
don't have
morning,
to
Julian.
be best
And
friends. We don't have to have that great of a conversation with each other. But I think there's nothing wrong with just speaking. You
good
know,
morning, Blade.
Hi,
okay,
Blade.
blood is thicker than water, but you can't trust that at all. Yep.
Yep, yep, yep.
You're about to lose it. You pull out the light bill and pay the stuff. It looks like the other three. I love my job. So I calm down. Yeah. Good morning, Blake. How are you this morning? Let me see. And also, I will send you the link, Blade, if you like to get on. Um, I cannot even say the words. I hate my
Yeah, yeah,
house
yeah,
growing up. It was like a curse word. Yeah, I couldn't. I wasn't allowed to say hate either. I was
yeah,
taught never to say the word hate. It was like a curse word. I couldn't say hate. I couldn't say stupid. I couldn't say shut up. Those were all curse words
yeah, yeah, yeah.
growing
Sounds
up.
very familiar. Yep. Like,
Exactly. And no
yeah.
one's
My mom
stupid.
always said, use dislike, never say hate.
Yep. Now,
So,
strongly dislike, and that's the way I've always been. Tell my children the same thing. You can strongly dislike a person,
yeah,
but you really shouldn't hate anyone. There's no reason to just hate someone, even though people do stuff that really. And then the forgiveness, when you forgive someone, that's not for the other person. That's for you.
yeah,
You can forgive them and still have nothing to do with them. You can forgive them and you can understand that, you know what, I forgive you. Um, but at the same time, as my mom say, feed them out a long handle spoon, you know,
mm,
but you still can forgive the person because, maybe the person apologized, truly meant what it was, and that's between them. If
yeah.
their apology was genuine, all you could do is your part and say, hey, I accept your apology, but at the same time, within accepting the apology, you can be aware at the same time and just watch that person, because I feel like sorry is an action word. If
Yeah.
you're sorry about
Mm,
something, if you done something you're trying to make up, it's all nice to say you're sorry, but I want to see the action behind it as well.
it's not the words, it's the action that's
Right,
important.
it's the
Yeah,
action that follows the word.
Yeah,
Just like love is action word, sorry, the apology is action too.
definitely. Yeah. Where was I was going back to where TJ had said,
You said TJ?
yeah, okay, never
The
hate
next brother up.
anyone. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
never
yeah.
hate anyone. Always love someone. Yeah, uh, I can. I just want to go back to that real quick for a second, and you know, I can definitely say that. Um, yeah, yeah, understanding the reasons behind people. Um, that's something that you're never ever gonna have with everybody that you meet, and
Yeah.
so and everybody that comes in or out of your lives, you're understanding them is and that's something that drives me crazy. That's why I wanted to go back to the comment because I overanalyze
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so trying to understand people is a big thing because I'm analyzing what they said, what they did. Why did they say that? Why did they say it that way? Why did they use that tone? You know, um, and I'm learning. And it's been a real battle
Yeah.
trying to teach myself that you're not going to understand everybody and their actions or their words. Just
And
accept it and as it for what it is, and move on.
and
Um,
sometimes paper, when you don't have the answer at that specific time, it doesn't mean you may not understand it then. There might come a time later on that things come into light that you
right.
realize, and this is what I've
Yeah.
learned, living
Yeah.
in this earth, that
Yeah.
people that come in your life and they leave in your life, sometimes you may not understand why those things happen, but as time goes, you find out, okay, they had their own issues they were dealing with, but at the time you couldn't see it. So we don't really know what are people going through until, sometimes years later that you find out this has all happened to them. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it's not about you anymore. It's also about what's really happening in their own personal lives that we may not have an understanding what's really going on.
Right.
Yes. Let me see.
Uh,
Pen says,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Pen says,
I was
act
just gonna say,
louder than the words, which is true. Anything, love, sorry, but didn't mean it. All of them are action things, you know. And you have to put forward the action behind your words. Now, if anybody else on the panel wants to say anything, I don't want to be taking over.
oh yeah, I was just gonna tell Uno was leaving. I was just gonna tell him have a great day.
I'll have a great day, Una.
Take care,
Julian says, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, gotta handle some clients. All right, have a blessed day, Una. Glad you stopped by.
Aquarius is it's always an overanalysis of everything with me. Yeah, I mean I'm a Libra, but
I am too.
that's one of the things and it's so bad that it drives me crazy. Um, just some of the things that I try to understand about, and it may not just be people, about anything.
Mm.
It gets so bad that it alters my thinking throughout the day, the night, you know, and that's part of why I have issues sleeping. I'll be analyzing stuff that has no reason to be analyzed. How they made that trash can, it's so bad, and when it comes to people, it gets more complex, of course.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hey,
and
paper. What is
yes.
sleep? What is sleep? What is this speak? What is the sleep that you speak of?
Right. So yeah, it's crazy, the analyzing and trying to understand, and like I was saying, especially when it comes to people, you know,
Yeah.
um, I may be like, oh man, I just that person's just crazy. They're an idiot, and I don't even it doesn't even matter. But
Mm.
you know what? My mind is still on them, trying to figure out. You know, months later, I'm still trying to figure out why they
Figure it
said
out. Yeah, that's
that. You
right.
know,
Yeah.
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 so
It's becoming a bad habit.
yeah. Let's see. I wonder if geography contributes to that because I'm from the north, but I live in the south. Everyone down here always overanalyze things. I don't do that. It's exhausting. Um, I don't know.
You're in the South now, aren't you? From the north?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the south, but I've overanalyzed all over the United States.
Oh yeah, because you're the West Coast, East Coast.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah,
even
no wonder
yeah.
I'm tired.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I've even overanalyzed in the Bermuda Triangle. So,
Hmm. Yeah, right here I read one smile can start a friendship, one word can end a fight, one look can save a relationship, one individual can change your life.
Yeah.
And those are things also, you have to sometimes you have to give yourself a prep talk. I know I give my daughter a prep talk and a lot of times I do, but you need to give yourself a prep talk like this earlier posted. You have to know that you are amazing, you are important, you're special, you're unique, you're kind, you're precious, and you are loved.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I feel about everybody on the panel and in the chat. You are amazing, you
yeah,
know. Just getting up, you're here for a reason. The fact that
No,
you're still here is amazing. You're important. You may not feel like you're important too much, but you're important. You're important. So always remember you're important. You're special. You're unique. You know, and even the most hateful people have some time when they were kind, and maybe something in their life triggered them to make them bitter in the way they are. But I'm pretty sure they're kind to somebody, or they've had times where they were kind.
I'm kind of paper.
You're precious. You're loved. And that's what I feel. Everybody who seems to show their bad, a lot of times to show their bad side, sometimes they may be crying out for help.
Yep. Yep. I
Sometimes
agree.
because like I said, one of the triggers for depression, I know with me when I know mine is rearing up is I'm very snappy, very very sarcastic, and
Mm.
sometimes I could be mean to the closest people to me
Yeah.
and stuff. So sometimes it's something else that you that's dealing with, and you may not know what it is, but and I know you can see if somebody's drinking or something like that, you can say, "Oh, that's the alcohol talking." Well, in depression,
Mm,
anxiety, and stuff like that, you can't see what it is that may be causing them things because there's no substance that's causing it. And like you said, it could go back down to something in your childhood. It could be something that a drama that later contribute in life. It could be anything.
Could be traumas that you've had in your life. Yeah.
Hmm. The littlest thing can trigger it all over again. Whatever you may be going
yep, 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 yep.
through. Also, I was trying to go to the next question. Or the
Doing very
next
good.
on our um, on our just checking in challenge. It says 1 second. Good morning, Blade. How are you this morning?
morning.
Hi, Blade.
Good morning, Blade. What's going on,
He's
brother?
working on his audio. While he's doing that, I'm gonna click on this. It says I am from Boston, but I analyze is my nature enough through. I know I should keep it moving. You know what?
Mm,
But sometimes you have to analyze something if you could understand. Just like I've always been taught, and I brought the same thing to my children. When you read something, it's not good to just read it if you don't understand it, especially beside the important documents and stuff. That's why you read it and you read it again. If you don't understand, find somebody to help you understand it. Because I feel like when you overanalyze on something, it's your way of trying to understand what you're going through, or trying to understand what that person is communicating to you. Sometimes I know it could be, I guess, overwhelming the overanalyzing, but maybe it's your defense mechanism. And I forgot to say, and we're going to see it now because I forgot to say, none of us on the panel are doctors. None of us on the panel are health specialists. Just our opinion and things we've been through, and we may have talked to some specialists and stuff, and we telling stuff based on our experiences. But I want to make sure that, and I will make sure I put that disclaimer in the description because I forgot. But yes, I want to make sure I throughout that thing. We're not doctors. We're not healthcare specialists. We don't specialize in this. So, by all means, if you're going through any of this stuff we're talking to, please seek the help of a professional. If you have to go to your regular medical doctor, your medical doctor will refer you to the right people. So just make sure you tell someone that can help you get any help that you may need mentally. Just don't keep the worst thing you can do is keep it to yourself.
Yeah. Sharing if did you copy the disclaimer that I put on the Telegram group?
I need to copy it so I can
Okay.
put it in my description.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
And it's just what's taking up your headspace now. And that right there, overanalyzing, it can take up your headspace.
Mhm.
What is taking up your headspace now? While I'm doing that, anybody would like to elaborate on what's taking up, what some things that may be taking up your headspace that may
Oh,
trigger a lot of the things that may go on as far as your mental health.
I think I spoke on mine. I'm wanting to know how they build those Rubbermaid trash cans.
All right, I need to analyze it and find out what details should they do making that Rubbermaid trash cans. Like a lot of times, you could be close to somebody, it could take over your mind. And, it shocked you that a person felt a certain way about you. You never would have thought that person felt that way about you. Sometimes you just dwell on and dwell on and dwell on, and you're like, man, I should be over this. Why am I really even caring? Sometimes that could take up your headspace, or something that you have upcoming and stuff, and you just want to make sure, like a presentation or something.
Yeah.
And you're just got so much anxiety because you're just wondering, is it going to be perfect? It's going to be right, and it's good to everybody else, but it may not be good enough to you.
Yeah.
And stuff. And even I use us, for example. Us as, I don't know, content creators, YouTubers, or whatever. For example, if you're putting out a video and stuff, you see every little thing you may have messed up on. Maybe the general people who didn't watch the video didn't pick it up. So, like me, if I'm making a video, if making the video is not the problem to me, the editing, because then I say, oh man, I need to change this. I need to change that. I need to change this. I need to change that. So that could be something taking up your headspace, or something that you could overanalyze and stuff. Because maybe I need to be like some other people. Just do one take, and what you see is what you get. You know? So yeah, that could be one of the things too.
Yeah. There's so many things that can go into can be counted into what could take up someone's headspace when it comes to mental health. Um, with someone with severe depression, it could be from worst case scenario of taking their own lives, to just wanting to be alone and not deal with anything, and which is also really not healthy for somebody. But and for somebody with anxiety, it could be your head could be filled with all the fears that go along with that anxiety. Of depending on what triggers your anxiety. Mine is being in crowds, and Walmart triggers my anxiety. So it's but there's, depending upon what I think what's going on, is it can be very, very dependent on each mental health issue. Depression, anxiety, bipolar, anger, whatever it may be. I think can be very. It can be different things for different mental health issues. So.
Yes. And sometimes a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people, there are so many comedians out there. I know Richard Pryor was one. I was just looking through Pieces of Eight where he posted about Robin Williams, or somebody had posted about Robin Williams. A lot of times they'll use laughter to hide what they're going through, and
Yeah.
stuff, or stuff in their lives,
Yeah.
to hide what they may be actually going through.
Laughter is and joking, sarcasm is a great deterrence to the mind fog of an issue that you're going through. It is with me. I use it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, TJ, joining the Telegram group this morning. Good morning, Quentin. Let's see if anybody else on this.
Yeah, we still can't hear you, Blade.
Good morning, Blade. Wait, let me see. You made it on here. Let's see. We'll go to the next one. It says, was the last meal you had? I'm going to say, was your last meal, and have you been drinking enough water? Was your last, wait a minute, was your last full meal? What was your last full meal? Have you been drinking enough water? So sometimes you're irritable because you haven't eaten properly. Sometimes, in your diet and sleeping, and the other one goes along with how have you been sleeping. And a lot of people with a lot of mental health issues, like I said, have a lot of times trouble with sleeping.
No.
I know. It's an anxiety thing. I mean, I don't know. You just be up.
No, I'm good. I eat
you
all the
asleep a
time.
couple of hours? Are you asleep a couple of hours? And it's like you slept all night.
How many
I
of
don't
those
know
trash
about that.
cans do you have in your house?
Right.
Well, I just put mine out for tomorrow to get picked up.
Yeah, they have insomnia, been up for days, And proper rest is proper rest is a big thing, because if you don't get proper rest, you're irritable anyway. And then you say a lot of stuff maybe you shouldn't have said because you're mad, because you're sleepy. It's not my fault, and that could be a part of it.
Yeah, and that, and depression is a big one for sure. That affects diet in the way that you don't want to eat, or you.
Appetite.
It's one of the two extremes. Usually, you're either overeating or you're not eating anywhere near enough with depression. From my experience,
True.
I think that's one of the most, from what I've seen and what I deal with. That's probably one of the most notable ones, was the depression. As far as being able to see a difference and easily notice a difference.
Oh, you're definitely right. I mean, first, like even with me, I have trouble eating anyway. So if I'm upset about something, the first thing to go is my appetite, which I don't have much of an appetite to begin with. So that's definitely you're definitely absolutely right, paper, with that.
Yeah.
My life, I go through the same thing at times.
I guess it affects people in different ways. Some people, when they're upset or depressed, they eat. You know, it's the other opposite of the other end. Um,
Yeah. It says, have you been doing any exercise lately? And sometimes, like I was telling you, one of my releases is exercising and working out. I feel good after it. I feel better after it. I feel energetic after it. So those are one of my, if you want to call it coping or trigger, mechanisms is working out, especially when you get in the routine of doing it. But then at the same time, it can get addictive. So be careful not to let something else extreme take over your original problem you were having. You'd be like, oh, I'm gonna exercise to solve it, because you can over exercise. Even with the eating, you can overeat, or even if it's spending money, that
hmm.
could be a sign of depression. You're just spending way too much money, shopping all the time. Retail, that oh, it's just retail therapy. Well,
Gambling.
draw black
Oops.
on that too. Yeah, gambling, definitely gambling.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
you know,
Drinking. Another
drinking.
one.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of things people do when they're depressed. And you may think, oh, they're just happy. They're taking me on a shopping spree and they're just buying all this stuff and doing oh, they must be happy. And they maybe doing it to cover something else.
That explains a lot. Hmm.
Yeah, you know. Sometimes when they, especially if they haven't been doing that, it's the time when you ask, "Are you okay?" I don't mind you want to get this for me or want to go do this, that, and the other, but you haven't been doing this lately, this obsessive spending or this obsessive whatever and stuff. Are you really okay? You need to check on people like that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, behavioral change. You know, one
Hmm.
day they're normal, the next day they're completely the opposite. You know, something's not right.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, stay up when you're alone. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Octavia was saying that her sister has her
Hmm.
days and nights mixed up. And
Yes.
Mm.
I was referring to that it's very easy to happen because we like to stay up when we're alone. We can um, regain focus and don't, uh, well, our idea of focus when we're alone and don't have someone, we don't have to worry about someone talking to us, how are you doing, what's wrong. You're alone. Nobody's asking me that. No one's wanting to know. I can focus on me. I can focus on eating. I can focus on doing what I'm addicted to on the computer. I can, whatever it may be. You don't have any of the side distractions of being around someone that's awake and up. So, it's easy to turn your days and nights around when when you're going through that because, uh, like I said, just because you're alone. So when most people are sleeping, you're up and you don't have to worry about it. When
Yeah.
they're up, you go to sleep.
Yes, and also another thing, like I know the times that I've been up at night like that, I've used that time instead of just laying there because I couldn't sleep. I used to just clean my house at that time, other than vacuuming, something that would wake the house up. I would
Mhm.
use that time to I would just go to cleaning.
Yeah,
I'm up and I can't sleep anyway, so I may as well get up and do something.
right.
And
Once
then
once
when I'm tired in the daytime, I can sleep. I don't have to feel bad because I did it at night. I would even go so far as to already cook dinner for the next day because I'm up
yeah,
all night and I can't sleep. So
yeah,
okay, I may as well cook tomorrow's dinner. It's just warm it
yeah.
up for dinner time. Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
and at the time, I know for me at the time, I didn't even realize it was insomnia. I just thought that, hey, at the time, I was thinking originally that, oh, this is the most peaceful time. Everybody's quiet. I can get most of my work did. I don't have to stop because of this or because of that and stuff. I could just put on my headphones, listen to my music, or listen to an audible book, and just go ahead and clean my house.
Yeah.
Then close if I'm still up and it's close to breakfast time, a lot of times I'll cook breakfast and just go ahead and get my dinner out the way. Then if I'm exhausted, I don't feel so bad. If I'm exhausted, I want to go ahead and take a nap during the daytime because I did everything that night. And I wasn't like I was up all night for nothing and then still didn't get nothing did. And oh gosh, now I'm up now when it's the daytime and I need to have all this stuff did. Good
Right.
morning, Brooklyn.
Morning, Brooklyn.
How are you this morning? Another question on here is, what did you do that made you feel better?
I love that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I try to ask myself every day, what what I accomplished that I feel good about. Um, so I think that is a question that you can ask somebody, or that people that have mental health issues can ask themselves. Set a goal, a simple goal, small goal. I want to wipe my desk off. Or I want to organize this 12-pack of soda. What you set a super small goal, and you'll be surprised that once you accomplish something small, how good you can make yourself feel about something, and let it grow.
Correct. And I was thinking about what you were saying. It made me think of not so much hoarders, but I guess something similar to that. A lot of times when you're setting goals and stuff, you don't got to say, I'm gonna have this whole room did this day. I'm gonna start with this corner, and then
Right.
I'm gonna move to this corner, and then I'm gonna move to this corner, and little by little, it'll make you feel good. Wow, I didn't know I had that much to do. Look how much I accomplished. And then you could, and then once a week you could also treat yourself. It don't always have to, if you're able to, or once a month. You know what? I'm going to try to work on these little goals, and then if I be done did, and then if you don't do it, get everything did that you have written down as your goal. It's okay. It's okay. Don't beat yourself up like, oh my goodness, I was hoping to have this room did by such a date.
Yeah.
Just do a little. Like I said, a little goes a long way. And the goal is for you. It's not for everybody else. A lot of people also, they may do a vision board or do a vision board. And this is what I like to see, or they'll do a journal. Journal
Yeah.
the things they like to do.
Yeah. The vision boards are cool.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Anybody else on the panel have anything to say on the last comment about what made you feel good? I mean, and that little bit makes me feel good. The next one is, what is something you would do today that you what is something you would do today that would be good for you? Um, Something as simple as taking a walk. I feel good because maybe I couldn't go to the gym, but I was able to walk this far. So I still got out and got some exercise.
Yep.
I wasn't able to go. I didn't really work out this morning like I wanted to. So I'm going to go out and just walk to such and such a store, or I'm going to walk to such and such store. I got out and got my little workout on through walking.
Yeah.
On Octavia's comment in the chat, here's an idea, Octavia. You know, have her. You said you don't want to frustrate her into stopping, so have her come over and go through everything that she's ordering, and then set a task or a goal to find a use for everything, not just in words. Show her, have her show you how she's going to use that item, and make it not derogatory or downgrading because she can't find a use for it, but um, you know, have her start visualizing on her own what she's doing, um, and you don't have to say anything. I don't know if that would work or not, but it's an idea.
Oh, it's a great idea.
You know,
Piggyback off of what you said, also, you could have her right, where she's got these items and stuff, and give her a time limit. If I haven't used it in this much time, do I really need it? How long does she have to take it back? And let's try to, if you can't find a use for it right away, well, give it so much time, and then do you really need it, or what was that need for?
yeah.
It says, what are something you are looking forward to in the next few days? I'm looking forward to Amazon visiting my house in the next few days.
Yeah.
Hey, Amazon's our ice cream truck, and for people in our community, that's a great endorphin to see that Amazon truck come. You're like, oh, yeah. Even though you bought the item and you know what it is, it's just I know for a lot of people in our community, it's exciting to see the Amazon truck pull up.
Yeah. I don't know if it really can be considered the next few days, but I am looking forward to getting into our new place on January 1st. So we've been, I guess it's going to be a preparation for the next several days instead of a few days, but I am looking forward to it all. So
It's just the near future.
yeah, other than carrying the boxes to the trailer and all that fun stuff. I'm not looking forward to that part at all. But
that part of it is your workout. Definitely going to be a workout.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yes. Yeah, in the next few days, I could say in the next 15 days, I guess I'm looking forward to enjoying the holiday with my family. So within the next 14 days, because my daughter always lets me know how many more days it is to Christmas. So I'm looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, that too. It's going to be interesting this year. I didn't even think about that. We'll be down. It's going to be having our two daughters with the, both around again for the. It's been quite a long time, several years since our daughters and us have lived, um, you know, really close to each other. So it's going to be looking forward to that.
Blamo or Sam, is there anything you look forward to within the near future or the next few days?
Yeah, just my appointments getting done. That's about it.
Yes.
Oh, that's an important appointment. So,
yeah, that and surgery, and that's all I'm looking forward to.
yeah, that's a goal you've had for a while. So, you'll finally get that goal met.
1-7 can't get here quick enough.
Yep.
I know that. We've been here like yesterday, huh? Good morning, Sam, man. Let me see. Good morning, Stuart. Anybody else I missed? No. Okay. Another thing on here it asks is, what's something? Oh, never mind. I just read that. Okay. What's something we can do together this week, even if we're apart? I'll start. Something you can do together, even if you're apart, is definitely take advantage of the watch parties. always watch movies together, whether it's through the Netflix, whether it's through your Plex, whether it's through and you could always call somebody or definitely join our groups and
Yeah.
talk with each other among that or meets or
Speaking of Plex watch parties, can people crash those?
no, the host has to. You really can't crash it because the main
I'm
person
asking.
going to has to send you an invite. So I don't see how you could crash that.
I'm asking for a friend.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
If you're at somebody's house is watching it, and you end up watching it with them, but the person usually has to send you an invite to watch it together.
Yeah, I think I'll just stick with my Plex and Yodi.
Yeah.
I'm good. Yeah.
We're so happy for you being able to move, and we know that was one of your goals too, Paper. So we're congratulations, and we're so
Yeah,
happy
thank you.
that you're
Thank
able
you.
to move. I'm sorry Corona's here, so you won't be able to have a proper housewarming party, but
Hey,
It'll happen soon enough. Don't
I
worry.
can have my housewarming party on meat, so I'm good.
Of course you can.
I know
Of course
that.
you
Yeah, you can always have it on meat, so take how cash you have removed, whatever, you still got one. Let me see, and then
That's where a
last,
lot of my family's at anyway, is on here. So
yep. And like I said, we are so excited for you. And that's so you're moving on the holiday on January the 1st, on the new year. You'll start your new year in your new place.
well, unfortunately, on the first, see, I'm not real sure how it's going to work because I mean, all the utilities are on right now, but everything will be switched over on the second, except for internet. So there will be no internet on the first. It'll be on the
And
second.
yeah, I
But
go over there to internet plan.
I mean,
I guess it's a hotspot.
yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. I can always set up hotspots or whatever. I'm not quite sure how the lease is going to be written up and all that, but they may allow us. I'm not quite sure, but yeah. Either way, it will be in there on the second for sure. Staying the night, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Nice.
Yeah, that's great. Also, one of the last questions are, what are you grateful for right now? I'm grateful for my family, my biological family, as well as my streaming family. I'm grateful that I'm here to see another day. So above all, my life, health, and strength. And I'm grateful that that we are able to have this group, Pieces of Eight, so that we have a place to share with the community that that may be going through the same thing that we're going through, or others may be going through. So there's a lot of things to be grateful for to me. Good morning, Be the Difference. How are you this morning? Hey, Joy.
Hey, Joy. How's it going? Good to see you.
Yeah. So, what are you grateful for, Paper, right now?
I am extremely grateful for the closeness and the bond that I keep building every day with my close family here. My wife, my two daughters, as well as streaming community. In my group and in all the groups that I'm in, the YouTube channels. It's been a really crazy year, but I think a lot of us have become closer because of it, and I'm very grateful to have, in a way, turning COVID to the good and seeing a lot of us get closer. and so I'm very grateful for that, and just that everybody can be here. I'm grateful for everything I have. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm grateful that I have a roof over my head. That we're not on the street. I know this has been a difficult year for a lot of people.
Mm.
Definitely grateful that, like I said, I have people in my life that cares. Some people, like I said, don't have the stuff that we take for granted. Food in your refrigerator, roof over your head, a bed to sleep in. So, definitely grateful for all these things. Sim, would you like to say anything you're grateful for?
I'm just grateful for my health. I'm grateful for all the people that I've met over time. Especially in the streaming community. I've been in the streaming community for a long time, and I've met some really nice people that have um, good way of thinking, and similar ideas, and I'm grateful for the people that I have around me. So yeah, I'm just grateful. Thank you.
Malama, would you like to say anything you're grateful for?
I guess just being alive and everyone that I've met over the last while. That's about it.
Same man, it's funny. He says, hopefully you're
Yeah.
further away from Trooper.
Yeah. Actually, what's
Actually,
funny?
no.
Actually,
Not
it's
gonna
about
happen.
10 minutes closer.
You're not really going to be able to see each other. You're in Trooper Loop. Yeah. For those of you that's traveling like Trooper, we definitely pray that you have safe travels to your destination.
All right.
You and your family stay safe. And you have safe travels back home. Yes, well. And be the difference. If you're able to get on, or if you like to get on, you're welcome to. You don't have to, but you're welcome to get on if you like to get on as well. If somebody could send her the link, if she like to get on, but let us know if you want to get on or not.
Yeah, definitely. I think she's at work, but definitely if she wants to, if she wants to jump on, she's more than I'd love to have her on. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay.
We need to do an evening show one night and have her on the panel with us.
We can do that. We can do evening.
I'd love to do. I'd love to have her on the panel and talk with us.
Mm-hmm. We can make 1 week where it's in the evening, or a few times where we can reach even more people or different people.
Yeah,
different time zones as well. Yep, sure.
Mm-hmm. I'll find out what time Sim's waking back up.
Right.
God, don't even go there. It just gets too complicated.
Yeah. Let's see what else. But
yeah, and again, I'll post the link to the Telegram group one more time here. If anybody wants to go over and join that is not in there, it's actually it's not a private group. So any of your friends, family, whatever, if you want to tell them to join it, if they are in Telegram, all they have to do is search for the Piecesof8, and it'll pop up there, and they can join. Or you can share the link. But it can be found by just searching Piecesof8, and the more the merrier. So if you can help just one person, it's all worth it.
Yes. Also, within joining our group, no tech talk. We would definitely refer you to another group if there's anything about tech, because we have plenty of groups for that. For tech talk. So this is strictly a group for mental health. And if you have any questions or you have any ideas that we may have not thought of that you would like us to talk about, we will be glad to take them and see what we could come up with far as on the show. We would love to discuss them.
Yeah,
Morning, Southern, take care.
definitely would.
Your icon as well. And read the pin post. Very important. Read the pin post.
Yep.
Yes.
Please.
Please.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, and I am gonna have to get ready to go to my appointment. I have an MRI.
Ready to go ahead and say our goodbyes.
Yeah.
Then. So
Oh, and Blamo's got
Got an appointment too.
Yep.
yep, so both of you have appointments. So this would be a great time to get ready to wind down and get ready to say our goodbyes. So with that being said, we will start with Mr. Sim.
Thank you for having me. It's a good group. It's a learning group. Hopefully, everybody can take something away. And thanks for coming. Hope to catch you all in the next one. Stay blessed.
Okay. Lamo.
Thanks for having me on. Have a great rest of your week. Be safe and join the Telegram group.
Okay. You could try this one and see if it works, Late.
Yeah, that was just a direct. Sorry, yeah, that was just a direct link to that group. It does have the t.me and it's Piecesof8. Okay.
Yeah, that link does work on it's pulled directly from the ad members section.
It's because you're already a member. Yeah, you're already
a member. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It's just other people that are trying to get in.
Right. If you're not a member and click on that link, it doesn't work. But it's a direct link direct to the group to join it if you're not a member.
Yeah.
If you do a search, you can, like I said, you can also do a search for, it's the t.me Piecesof8, which I'll post it here in just a second too, that you can use, but it will not. There you go.
I put it on the side chat if that helps.
Yeah, I got it right here. Oh, that's where I grabbed it from. There's the other link. So you can click on, you can click on that too.
Okay. Let me see what it says.
So I mean that link works as well, or again, like I said, if you want to search in Telegram, if the links don't work, just search Piecesof8.
And we'll also repost the group in our MS7 Telegram group, so you can always go through the Telegram group as well.
And it's in my place Telegram group as well. So
we'll post both of them groups in the chat so people.
And anyone else is free to share the group. Like I said, the more the merrier. So.
Yes. Also, with that being said, I'm going to say my goodbyes, and then I'm going to let edit with paper doing a praise and then benediction today.
Did got Blamo too still?
Oh yeah,
I said.
Blamo did say it, didn't he?
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
he did.
Okay. Sorry, I missed it. I must have been looking for the link.
Yeah. Okay. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out to our show, our mental health show, Piecesof8. And I'd like to thank Sim and Blamo for blessing the panel, and of course my brother Paper Plate. And also I did put the description in the pin post, but I guess I have to wait to the show for it to add because YouTube. I'm sorry, my YouTube clicked on. Um, and if you haven't on your way in, on your way out, make sure you press that like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you get all the notifications of when we go live. And we will be having our MS7 Morning Show tomorrow at 9:35, our usual time. And also, as we said before, reach out to somebody, talk to somebody. If you're going through something, tell somebody, tell a friend, tell a coworker, tell somebody you trust, so then they can help get you the help that you need and stuff. And once again, last but not least, we're not professionals. We're just talking about what we've been through and what our experiences and sharing with some of the community some of their experiences, as well as we have talked to mental health people that has helped us with some things, but we're by no means doctors or mental health specialists. So please, if you're going through something, please seek the advice of a professional. And with that being said, I turn over the paper.
Yeah, thank you, Sim and Blamo, for coming on the panel. Much love to both of you guys. Sharon, thank you every week, man. And this is a good thing. Appreciate all you're doing with me on this. Much love. Everybody in the chat that's been hanging out with us and helping us get through all this together. Appreciate you guys, and much love. And like everyone was saying, if you feel like you need to talk to somebody, if you feel like you can't talk to somebody, you know, it sounds like it's a hard thing. I was there, I did it, and just know that if you're that you have people there, everyone here on the panel and in the chat. I feel comfortable knowing that everybody here would be more than willing to open their ear to any one of us. So reach out and take a chance. You know, a lot of us are here. A lot of us have been through a lot of things, and a lot of us can get just listen. If that's all you need, just listen. And with that being said, like Sharon said, we are not doctors by any means, but just some folks that have some experience of our own, and stories to tell and ears to listen. So with that, much love. Everybody enjoy the rest of their day. Be safe out there, and we'll catch you tomorrow with the MS7 Morning Show, and next week for the Piecesof8 show. So we'll catch you later, and peace.
Peace. Have a great day.
Take care.